stop having expectations. Trust me on this one. If you want to be living a happy, holy, blissful life, you gotta stop this unconscious habit of expectations. In the following video, I will share with you how by stopping having expectations with others, from my family, from my friends, from my parents, from my colleagues, from my partner, I've been able to step into a place of freedom, of kindness, of compassion, and of excitement. So, if you're ready to transcend pain, suffering, and mind clutter, trust me on this one, this video is for you. My name is Jose Reynoso, and in Awaken You, I share with you the most valuable tools to empower you and to support you on this spiritual journey, on this journey of life. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and to like the video and share a comment so I can keep supporting you and many like you in this path of awakening. So let's get straight into the juicy part of the video. Expectations, and why having expectations is one of the worst unconscious habits, or even conscious for many, that most of us have been raised into having. Just because our parents started having expectations on us, and that upbringing, at least in myself, created this habit of having expectations on others. And it's a really, really slippery slope, the slope of expectations. Because nobody will ever be to the standard, will be able to fulfill the expectations you have about them. Just think about it. How many times you had an expectation that your mom will say this or she will behave like that, or that your partner will do this and they could read your mind. All these expectations that we have of others are constantly not met. And this is just creating a path, a journey of unhappiness, of suffering, of bitterness. And that's why I've decided to make this video, because I've been having many conversations with dear brothers and sisters, friends, that tell me about their relationship with their other significant. Tell me about their relationship with their parents. And the way they speak, they're just always constantly saying, I wish they could do this, I wish they could do that, I hope they could do this. But all of that is like hoping that Bitcoin goes to $1 million tomorrow. Is it a possibility? Yes, it's a very possible thing. But there's no assurance that it will happen. So if you were banking on that $1 million Bitcoin for tomorrow, and you're already spending all your rest of your money something else because you were expecting the $1 million to come tomorrow, and it didn't come, then what happens? You will be unfulfilled, you'll be bitter, you'll be sour, and maybe you will be in an uncomfortable situation financially. The same thing happens with our relationships. We expect that our mother will behave in a certain way, and tomorrow we have that meeting with friends, and then she acts the way she usually acts, and we blame her for acting in that way. But in reality, the only one that can be accountable for this is ourselves, for having an expectation on somebody else. And I often say, if you are gonna have an expectation on yourself. And the only expectation I have on myself and on my universe is that I expect miracles to happen. And this is a beautiful mantra for you to repeat constantly. The only thing I expect is miracles. The rest will unfold the way it's meant to be unfolding. And I invite you today to change expectation for acceptance. Wow, that word acceptance, I just got shivers all over my body. Because when it clicked that expectations are a journey and are a path to suffering, because of course my expectations will not always be met, and sometimes they will. But when I learned that if I let go of expectations and I step into acceptance, accepting everybody the way they are, it doesn't mean that you have to hang out with that person that creates so much inner conflict within you, because maybe they're just being way too rude, maybe they're being way too noisy, Maybe you just don't vibe with their thoughts, their beliefs, which is totally fine. We're not here to preach or to change anybody's perspective or way of being. But the one thing we are invited constantly, and it's been one of the biggest teachings and blessings in my life, is acceptance. Accepting each person in my life, each person in this beautiful world, the way they are. I don't agree with everything they do or how they behave, but it doesn't really matter if we agree with how somebody else behaves or what they do. It doesn't care what opinion we have about them. Actually, we shouldn't even have an opinion about anybody else. But we can just deeply and honestly accept them as they are and see them in that light, in that beauty, even though our very human self could see and pinpoint all the things that might be out of alignment. But that's their small self. And as Paul Siegel said in his book of Mastery, just see them in the truth that they are. See them in the truth that they will always be. Elevate them to the higher room where you can see only love, only light, only God pulsating to them. Because if you don't accept them as they are, and you keep having an expectation that they don't meet because they're not in that place and time yet, it's just an endless circle of pain and suffering. It's an endless circle of bumping heads, of opinions, of judgment. And I was reading recently about the Essenes, and they were saying that the only thing we are here to judge, if any, is ourselves. And we still judge ourselves with kindness and compassion, knowing that we can always grow, that we can always evolve, upgrade. But we are no one, and we're no place to judge other people's actions. I always remind myself that their actions are automatically creating the future for them. So there's no need for us to judge them or to incarcerate them. There's no need to put names or labels. Let that be of the divine order, the law of karma, the law of action and reaction. But for now, let's enter into a space of no expectation. And when you accept this fully and completely, and you're like, okay, from now on, I drop the expectations. I have no expectations. If any expectation you're gonna have besides what you could expect of yourself and the miracles that will happen in your life, maybe expect only and nothing but the best from others. Even if it hurts what they're saying, even if their actions are not meeting their words, or their words are speaking more than their actions, always expect the best from everyone. And by priming your mind and programming your mind and your subconsciousness to always expect the best from everyone, your subconscious will create the right environment for the best to happen. But it's not with an expectation that if I do this, B will happen, because that's still part of the cycle of expectation. I want you to take a moment, maybe a minute, to just think about all those people you hold in high expectation, all those people that you really feel they should be behaving in a certain way or form. And just feel into your heart and feel, where does this come from? Does it come from a place of insecurity of yourself? Does it come from a place of overprotection from others? Or feeling that nobody is good enough to meet you at your level? Again, this is a reminder that everybody is on their own journey. Everybody is exactly where they're meant to be. And where you are, it's great. But don't expect others to see the world and to act the way you act. Because we are all beautiful individuals. And we're all here to follow our own journey. And the one thing we can do while you visualize the people that you might be holding expectations, the things that you're always expecting, that you keep bumping heads, that you keep being let down, allow yourself to feel all that heaviness and take a deep breath. Exhale through the mouth and feel these expectations leaving your field, leaving your body. It's a beautiful journey when you decide to enter into this space where you acknowledge that everything is exactly the way it's meant to be. And the only work to be done is inside of you. And as you keep changing your inner landscape, as you keep manicuring and tending this beautiful garden that resides within you, you will see and you will notice that everything around you starts to become a reflection. And you no longer have to hold expectations from others. You no longer have to wish-wash your way through life. You just know that one breath at a time, one thought at a time, one word at a time, and one step at a time, you are recoding your life experience, which is your reality. And as you record your reality, you are inspiring others to also do the same and recode and reprogram their reality. This is truly an inside job. It doesn't take too much. It just takes the willingness for you to say, yes, I can. I can wake up tomorrow, do my practice, change the lens of how I see things in the world, change the way I deal with my emotions, become emotionally wise, intelligent, and support others by loving them and accepting them. Remember this word, acceptance, instead of expectation. The way they are. Doesn't mean you have to tolerate their wrong actions or their misalignment, but you just accept them exactly where they are. And by pulsating this vibration of acceptance, you are empowering them and you're opening the possibility for them to step into a new chapter, into a new reality. And I know it's easy to say, it could be not so easy to listen, but you can still digest it. Now is the time to put into action. So after you visualize the people or the things you always hold expectations, even yourself, if you're holding yourself to certain expectations, which is different from accountable. Hold yourself accountable for everything you wish, your goals, the places you want to go, the amount of money and wealth you're ready to welcome and receive in your life. Hold yourself accountable, but don't hold an expectation, because expectation creates tension and stress. And by letting go of that, you let go of the tension, and your body and your psyche without tension and stress, I promise you, will perform much, much higher than within this pressure of the Western world of expectation. And as you let go of all those patterns, unconscious patterns of expectations, I invite you from now on to start your day accepting what happens in your life. And just welcome the grace of God, the grace of the universe, one breath at a time, by being grateful for all that is being given to you. Knowing that truly, and truly this is heaven on earth. This is the kingdom of heavens here, right now. But expectations create this blurry perspective and sense in our lives. And it just creates more pain and more suffering. And this is the purpose of today's video. To empower you, to support you, to inspire you, to let go of expectations, step into acceptance, and experience a radical, new, fresh, light, loving experience every day, every breath. If you like this video, again, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment of any other topic you would like me to share or to expand upon. And I wish you nothing but the best. And to support you on this journey of awakening, on the description below you will find a guided breath journey and priming routine that I've been sharing with thousands of people around the world, where you just have to download the MP3 audio. Find a quiet space every morning in a comfortable position. You put your headphones or you put the speaker, and you are guided through a breathwork, meditation, visualization, that if you do this every day, your life will change radically, because you're changing your chemistry, you're changing your thoughts, you're changing your beliefs, and as a result your life changes. And it's totally free, so don't miss out. download the MP3, the guided priming routine. Namaste.